But, well, let's see what he says first before I give any hints, because sometimes they do that.
I mean, he was obviously moved. How the hell do I prove this?
There's one piece of evidence we have. It has been... Oh, okay, let's see what... Thanks, Susato.
Really helpful of you.
And the nice thing is she means that so earnestly, but obviously you can read it in a more sinister way. So...
How is that not it? That had everything.
It's sort of on the right track, but again, what evidence do we have that we have sort of recently put into a new light? Or, I mean, how do I give this as a hint without giving it away too much? The specific thing we're addressing here is that he died instantly. And they mean, like, instantly. Because it would be easy to sort of overlook this in light of that. They also have given us something similar to it recently. I know I'm speaking vaguely here, but I'm trying not to give it away. Because down the stretch, I want you to kind of put these together. They had recently shown a flashback that's connected to a different piece of evidence that's sort of what they're going for here. But it was of a different person.
What? Oh god, I don't remember. I don't know where they're going with this. Ugh.
Let me try a different approach. So, to prove our side of this, we need to show that Gregson was not killed on Fresno Street, but rather was killed on the ship. We've already established that if he was killed on the ship, he would have been brought in the trunk.
Right.
If he was brought in the trunk, what would that have meant for his body? Alternatively, what did Jigoku look like in the trunk?
Oh, he was all, like, smashed in there. And he couldn't breathe? I mean, is it... There's a lot of blood, which we still can't really explain either. Of course, it could be fake, but...
What they're connecting here is Gregson was stuffed in the trunk. He's in the same position Jigoku was. He's curled up into a ball. If he had been shot in the chest from the front, what are the odds he crumples in this manner? Probably nothing, because the force is driving him backwards.
Yeah, I guess my question is who's to stop him from... Or what was to stop him from positioning the body like this when he set it up, or whoever set it up? Like, would the body just stay that way when you take it out of the trunk? I guess that's my only question. I don't know how...
Seeing as we're at the point now, removed from the freezer where rigor mortis would have set in. Now, Jigoku's
probably.
strong, but it takes huge strength. This is where we could use Maisie's expertise, but when rigor mortis sets in, that shit is rigid.
Very hard to move. Okay. I mean, I guess... It's gotta be this, I guess. I don't know what else it could even be.
Take that!
I'm just annoyed that we're back on this freaking train of like, Fresno Street. It's like, we already talked about this.
Yeah, well, the reason we're on this is because your pal Kazuma keeps insisting that's the case. Every opportunity he gets.
I know, and it's annoying. Stop.
I know.
Get off it.
It's almost like he's doing it for a reason.
Probably because the script, because stupid Strongheart was like, follow the script. So I'm sure there's some bullshit going on behind the scenes.
Sorry to disappoint you. Yeah, see again.
Oh.
Fetal.
Objection.
With an extra O because differences.
Yeah.
He's turning his own words against him.
Yes. I liked my other line of reasoning better, for the record.
Yeah, that's why I said I actually kind of liked where you were headed with it.
I thought it was more.
And it is connected to this, so.
Right.
But you know the series.
I know they. It's one of those situations again where we're ahead of it, but we need to take these other random.
And it's because you were on the
steps
right track.
first.
I don't let you lose one strike.
Thanks.
If you'd been way off, I might have just been like, let's see where this goes. This will be fun.
No.
Lose
I
all the
don't-
strikes. Go straight to jail.
No. That is true.
Mm-hmm. Looks just like Jigoku did in the flashback.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, are we gonna bust out Sholmes's blood thingy? Most suspicious, sir.
I don't want to, and you're a doo-doo head. Oh shit, he's right.
Oh my god, well I don't know how we argue with that. Yeah, anytime you are like, no, I don't want to do that. It's like, it's so suspicious. In every.
Yeah, because it should be a simple enough thing.
Right. Like,
Here's the inside of my truck. There's no blood.
right, yeah. If you have nothing to hide, then
Hold
you
him
shouldn't
in
have a
contempt.
problem. Yeah.
For making baseless accusations.
Mm-hmm.
Objection!
No, you don't. Court of law, you bastard.
Well, damn. Well, another big point.
I'm surprised we didn't see any blood from the bullet hole in the wall, but
I had that thought as well.
yeah.
And also, given that there has to be some time, first of all, before he went into the freezer, where he would have
Yes.
bled out some,
Right.
it could have stopped the bleeding then, but it would have taken time for the body to chill, even in a freezer.
Yep.
And then it has to come out, where it's going to resume bleeding once it thaws to a certain point.
Right. It's weird. I don't really get the blood.
I'm
part of
surprised there's any left to be bled out in the first place, but it sort of has to be that way. Because if he's shot and there's no blood, immediately there's a huge red flag in the case.
that. Mm-hmm.
So I can see sort of why. And it's not incomprehensible that it could have still a little bit, still kind of bleeding out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he only chit-chatted for a little bit, so maybe it takes him a half hour to get there. It's not impossible, but it does sort of like, it's kind of like they're hiding things from us for the sake of the narrative.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a big thing to admit.
That is a big thing to just. Dear God.
Yeah, even Strongheart's going to give us the judge exclamation.
Wow.
And even he's like, what?
He's like, what the fuck,
You
man?
can't just say that. Hmm. And of course, I mean, I understand Ryunosuke is trying to just ride the momentum, but there's got to be a reason he's saying this directly, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to say this, it's because he's trying to hide something else, probably.
Mm-hmm. We saw that with Dr. Scythe before, where she's like, oh, by the way, we did all the things. And it's like, really?
What on earth is that cryptic statement supposed to mean?
Oh, goody. Kazuma, you have just made your life very difficult.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Like,
did-
I know you're on the revenge train, I get it, but, you know, maybe don't go quite this far.
Yes. Oh shit! Wait.
He's like, are you kidding me?
Wait, that's illegal. Now, this is obviously not good I always have to frame this, especially it's similar with the paper sometimes where I talk about something. It's like, obviously this is bad. Somebody died.
Yes.
This is good for us right now.
Oh yeah.
As the two of them point fingers at each, as far as it relates to our client.
Exactly.
As the two of them
Von
point
Zieks
fingers
is-
at each other. No one's pointing fingers over at Van Zeeks.
He's in the clear. Yeah, that is bad. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, now you're leaning into the assassin. Remember when you were like, it has nothing to do with anything. God, you're annoying. Not you, Kazuma, sorry. I was talking to the other guy, but then it switched to you. I mean, there are some things that don't add up, like the blood on Gregson's trunk and the sword. Tip of the sword in the trunk. That's also weird. We probably do need testimony from him. What is my position now? I don't know, man. I'm just along for the ride at this point as these two are going at it. The answers were, it is? What? How? Where? Okay. I mean, it's not Kazuma, I would think, but there are still some things that don't add up. A step away. Oh shit.
At least it's only one.
It's only one. Yeah, I guess. I just don't know if we can say it's impossible and rule out the trunk, or like how do we reconcile that? I don't think he would kill anyone. Otherwise, he's tanking from being my favorite character once upon a time to the worst. Okay, maybe not that far. That's an exaggeration. But
Say, below Gregson?
but no, not below
Who-
Gregson.
Who may also not be the worst.
Yeah, I still don't know on him either.
Now, like the redheaded guys, you really didn't like them.
I hated them. They
So
are
they might be
pretty,
the worst.
pretty low tier. I think it's impossible. I don't know. We can't accuse our friend. But it is weird. There's some shit that doesn't add up, and if only he was forthright with some of that shit, we might not be here right now.
Well, as I mentioned, I'm going to let you kind of, dive into the waters on this one. The good news is this is a 50-50, so you can only get it wrong once. Unless you pick the same answer twice. I'm adamant that it's this one. And the judge is like, psh.
And like I accidentally like speed through the dialogue. I'm gonna say it's impossible at this particular juncture.
Music went away.
Yeah?
Seems like specific dialogue, but then again, you'd expect both sides to be in a 50-50.
Yeah.
This isn't like presenting evidence where you could present 40 things and be like, no.
That is true. And they're like, what are you doing, man?
What? It's not your fucking badge. It's never the badge.
Never. I can't even remember like the instances where we actually had to use the badge. I think it's happened like once or twice.
I remember a couple
across
times
the
like
whole
show who
series.
you are, sort
Right,
of.
yeah, exactly. Namely that it would have been impossible. Impossible. I mean, I don't know. We still have the trunk that we have to figure out what the hell that all means. Because I feel like that could look bad. What proof is there?
This is a tricky one.
Oh my god, no, I hate this. Why?
Sort through. I may not let you just take a strike on this one because this is a little bit tougher because it's not the evidence itself, but it's tie to something else that was said earlier in the trial that
Oh.
matters.
Christ, okay.
So narrow it down, see if we can get close, and I'll see if I can guide from there. Obviously, several of these we can just dismiss out of hand.
Yeah. I mean...
Like, it's not the wig.
Right.
It's not the bunny. It's,
I mean, this... I feel like this goes against us, so it can't be that, probably.
right.
Okay. Guess I'm going backwards through this now. This is fine.
Because to me, there's 2 or 3 answers this could be.
Oh.
And depending on where you fall on any of these, we'll go from there.
Okay, I'm just kind of...
There could be more than that too. You could make another compelling case. Like the last time, like I said, that was actually a pretty good piece you put together. That was wrong from the game, but
it's
so I'll accept
a
other
thing.
answers. But there's a couple that come to mind for me.
Okay, well, let's, most of these things aren't even relevant to us anymore, so let's go back here.
That's sort of damning to him. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to rule that out.
No,
that,
I was just reading it again.
yeah. And that's
no,
fine.
it's
Look
not
things
that.
up. But I mean, like that one, that sort of connects the two. So that's bad for us. It's like the one you mentioned earlier, where it's like, that's the trunk is also looks bad for
right.
prosecutor Asogi.
Yeah. This isn't related. One additional person. I mean, we know that was more than likely it's supposed to be Gina, except unfortunately that doesn't.
But then Gregson changed the plan.
Right, so that doesn't really help us
Brought
right
Cosmo
now.
with him.
Yep. No. No. What does this say again?
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you nothing to do with the 10-year ago case.
Okay.
So,
It
like the
can't
first page of stuff, you can kind of ignore
be
that.
This. No. 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 Probably not. Because I feel like everything that is relevant is damning to Cosmo.
There's
It can-
one thing that isn't.
Oh, jeez. Examine. Taking to disguise the death. Victim was shot. Bullet exited. Oh, is it that am I presenting this piece of evidence again, trying to make it work? Because isn't Cosmo sort of a member of the judiciary technically? 'Cause he's a prosecutor.
I don't know exactly how that would be classified right now, seeing as he's like a foreigner.
Right, yeah.
But no.
It's not
Not a bad
this.
idea, but no. The other thought with the
just
autopsy report could be that Cosmo uses a sword.
Well, right.
That does not say he couldn't use a gun, but you could try that angle. It's not that either.
Yeah.